Hi, I'm Eddie Obeng, and welcome to How. Every day I bring you a different way to change your world. We call them people engagement tools, performance enhancement tools, or PETs. Today I've got one quote for you called the JigSaw-Paint, and this is about what we call painting by numbers. In other words, making change work when you know what you're doing and how you're going to do it. Let's jump on Cube and I'll show you quickly. So one of the things which is really helpful is to understand what type of change you're working with. And have a look at the PET, but there are 4 types of change. They run from change where you know what you're doing and how you're doing it, to change where you know what, but not how, or nothing at all, or you've got the solution already, it's AI, but you haven't figured out what's going to do for you. And each of those has a different way of trying to make the change happen. Today, I'm going to just focus on the paint by numbers. And so let's jump down and have a look. So you've got a project and you're trying to do some change and you're trying to run a strategy and you've figured out what you're doing and how you're going to do it. It's paint by numbers. How are you feeling? You're feeling calm, in control. So what's the first thing you put your effort into? You put your effort into definition. Well, yeah, what are we trying to do? And you spend a lot of effort on that. Yeah, great. And once you define, you say, okay, well, what are the terms of reference? What's in, what's out, what's the cost, and so on. Once you've done that, you move to planning and resourcing it. What do we need to do? Who's going to do it? How much is it going to cost? Well, etc. Then you move from that to actually implementing it. And you check as you're going along, because guess what? You know what you're doing and how you're going to do it. And then towards the end, you just close out and hand it over. There is a very linear pattern to this. The challenge you'll have is there are only about 15 to 20% change activities which are paid by numbers. So don't try and use this for all of them. And if your organization is using this for all of them, that explains why so many of your projects are so horrible, miserable, and fail and overrun, because this only works for paid by numbers. So have a look at the quick guide, subscribe to the newsletter, and that was how.